If you're going to have nightmares, you shouldn't tell me about them. It's too upsetting.
March the 15th.
That's probably the reason. Dreams don't warn you of anything. They simply tell you what you really want. Which, as far as you're concerned, seems to be my face covered in ants.
The spirits warned you.
Exactly. If that bloody woman hadn't put March 15th into your mind, you wouldn't be having nightmares.
It wasn't the woman. It was the spirit guide. She spoke through her. It's no good, Caius. You can't shrug it off. She was a genuine medium, and she spoke with the gift of tongue.
She spoke bloody awful Italian, I can tell you that.
Where the eyes of March?
Look, if I hadn't interpreted for you, we wouldn't have known it was March the 15th. I wish I hadn't opened my mouth. The woman herself thought it was a warning against cattle. Beware the Ides of March. Keep off spring beef.
Well, there you are. That proves it. She didn't know what she was saying. The spirit spoke through her.
You are worse than I am. I wish I'd never introduced you to astrology.
You can't ignore a dream like that.
I didn't ignore it. I spilled coffee all over the table.
Oh, don't mock me, Caius.
Look, my love, what do you want me to do?
Stay at home today.
But it's so illogical. If something unpleasant is going to happen on March the 15th, it can happen here at home as well as anywhere else. Fine fool I look if I stayed here at home and the ceiling fell in.
Hardly bigger than a fountain pen.
Let me go with you.
Love. Oh, love.
Don't they have a stranger's gallery or something? Isn't there somewhere I can wait?
It's just a committee room. There is room for a few of the public and the press when they're taking evidence, but we're not hearing evidence today. Closed session.
A closed session.
We've sent our report. He's had a copy already. May I ask a few questions? Well, it won't come to that, of course. It won't get as far as that. We'll have to act quickly. Miss Arla told me to wear an old suit.
Phone me when you can. I won't leave the house.
I'll phone you when I can.
It's all right. I'm not going. You've got your way all right.
Settle then.
I look ridiculous. I'm not ill. I can't say I am. A moment ahead of state. Any head of state stays away from the public place because of ill health. Cancel it with no warning. The rumours start. It's a heart attack. It's all over the country. Press, television, it's all over the world. Confidence is destroyed. I can't say I'm ill.
What excuse you give as long as you stay at home?
I don't give excuses. I don't have to give excuses.
This committee isn't important.
The committee is not important. It only becomes important if I don't go. But it's all right. I'm not going. I'll tell them I've got a cold.
I see. Yes? Yes, I see. Thank you. He has a cold. He's not coming.
Cold?
That is the message.
A feverish cold. What? The President and Prime Ministers never have just a cold. Always a feverish cold. It sounds better for the press release. The British royal family hasn't had an ordinary cold for 150 years. Most colds are feverish, of course.
What do we do?
Push off, I suppose. Nothing else to do. Would he like us to go to him?
You think we might do that?
Well, we might have to.
Hey. Well, I don't think we all need to go. It's only a formality after all. As your chairman, I could go.
Well, not alone. Well, why not just postpone it? Adjourn till he's better.
Well, it's a question of getting us all together again, isn't it? What does the committee think?
Well, speaking personally, it would be a little inconvenient to postpone. Since the committee is due to disband after this morning's meeting, most of us have become involved in other business.
You can't go alone.
I'd be perfectly willing to go if you all thought that was best.
You must have support.
You think it's disrespectful just the chairman going to represent us? Do you think Caesar might prefer a wider representation of the committee's views?
Yes, that's what I meant. A wider sample, yes.
I'd be prepared to accompany the chairman if the committee would like that.
I wouldn't call that a wide sample. Your political bread and butter, you two. I'll go if you like.
Thank you. I don't want to sound personal, Mr. Chairman, but I should think if there were any member of this committee whose views Caesar is already well aware of. I don't think that Casca is suggesting any more than that Mark Antony, as a member of Caesar's staff, is already...
I'll go.
The wide sample's what you're after, since I'm known to disagree with everybody.
Why not do the whole thing by phone? Caesar's already had a copy of the report. He picks up the phone. I accept your report, puts the phone down again, double whiskey and lemon back to bed, and we all go home. Finished.
Gentlemen?
Perhaps it might be better if we postpone the committee and reassemble when Caesar's cold is better.
I only saw him yesterday evening. He didn't have a cold then.
One never knows with colds. They can develop very suddenly. Feverish cold.
Who was it telephoning? That secretary, or what's her name?
Yes.
Couldn't be bothered to telephone us himself. Still, I mean, if he's been taken ill, I mean, if Caesar has suddenly been taken ill with a cold, perhaps I take politeness too seriously. Oh, damn it, let the record show that Caesar has a cold and the committee adjourned without making its report. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, well, have we done?
Maybe I should let us ask you in earnest about that idea of yours. The loyal address. Have you any intention of bringing it up again?
Possible, I suppose.
Doesn't look well, you know, snubbing the Senate committee. Some of them are still touchy. No boy like Caius Ligarius. You can see he doesn't like it. He may be a bit of a back number, but he is well respected. Of course, once Caesar's emperor, that's another thing. Do as he pleases.
I remind the committee that we're still in session. I'm awaiting guidance.
You heard the message. He's not well.
A cold. Yes. Still, I agree. He is getting on. No knowing what a neglected cold might lead to in an old man.
He's not an old man.
Just thought I'd mention it.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the date?
March the 15th.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, may I be excused for a few moments? I shan't be long.
Yes, the committee stands recessed for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it should be enough. Thank you.
What was in the note?
Just to remind Antony, it isn't a good time for Caesar to be casual with the assembly, if he still wants votes to make him emperor. After all, I don't want to go to Caesar if we can still persuade him to come to us.
You realize that if we do go, whatever happens, you and I are unlikely to survive it.
It's nothing to do with me. It's Calpurnia. I promise Calpurnia.
Well, you know what she is. She has been dreaming again. Come to me. Oh, don't be ridiculous, Anthony. I can't hear that. Either the word will get around that I'm treating the assembly like a pack of bloody poodles, or else I'm a doddering old hypochondriac who takes his bed the moment he gets in a sack of squitters. I said squitters. No, of course I haven't got the squitters. Now listen to me, Anthony. I do not want the committee coming to me or any part of them coming to me. The Ides of March. 10 minutes in a bulletproof car, half an hour with the committee and back again. I can hardly see that I can come to much harm under those seconds. Tell them to wait for me. I'm on my way. You've made me look a fool, my dear.
Sugar? But, thank you. 2, please. Nothing to do with me. Thank you very much. Metellus? White. No sugar.
Can't be too careful with it, though.
No, it's nothing. A lot of nonsense. Nothing.
I'd have been perfectly willing to come.
That's all right. Conscientious devil, Brutus. You always have been. Too conscientious sometimes. Very good. That's why I value you. You see, can't take a compliment. You pay Marcus Brutus a compliment, and he gazes at you like a constipated owl.
This coffee's bitter.
I'm sorry, would you like some more sugar?
Oh, no, it's all right.
There's nothing wrong with mine.
No, mine.
Would you like another cup? Virginia, can we find another cup?
No, please don't bother. It's just a little strong, that's all. It's very good coffee. It's excellent coffee.
What are your people up to, Trebellius? Whacking great television screen they've got rigged up in Constitution Square?
Oh, they're all over the country. There's one in the main square of every town. It's an experiment in public service television.
Yeah?
Well, you know there's the match with Benfica on Saturday.
Now, I don't follow football.
Well, it's rather an important occasion, sports-wise. We've never got so far in any international competition before. Our intention is that people who don't have television, it's still about 23% of families, will be able to watch the match anyway. There's a great deal of interest.
What are they doing to Pompey's statue? They're pulling it down. Haven't you heard? Poor devil, why couldn't they leave him in peace?
Only for the sake of the pigeons.
Would you excuse me a moment?
I'm not the chairman.
Brutus. I wonder if I could be excused for a moment. You're not reconvening immediately, are you?
No. As long as Caesar's not in a hurry. He seems happy enough.
Thank you. I won't be long.
How did you manage that?
Decius is the director of National Chemicals. They've been experimenting with a new wonder drug for glaucoma. Unfortunately, at present, it has one embarrassing side effect. It's an almost instant laxative.
But he'll be back in no time. It's only just down the corridor.
He'll find it locked. He'll have to go down 2 floors. However, as you say, there's no time to lose.
Trebellius, why don't you show Caesar your new toy?
Since our committee has been discussing careers for adolescents.
Oh. Look at that.
What is it, a knife?
My wife's a magistrate in the juvenile court. They're rather worried about these things. Apparently several toy shops are selling them. They're not sharp when you buy them, of course, but they can be sharpened easily enough. They work like this. For Christ's sake, kill him.
I don't understand! Help, please! Help me!
Yes.
You... Me too.
We forgot to lock the door.
Stay quiet.
Be quiet, all of you!
Security, please. Chief Inspector, this is the Minister of the Interior. You've been warned to expect a call from me. Identification code, cruel necessity. Right. I want 2 medical orderlies and a stretcher to the small committee room at once. And an ambulance to the main gate. Colonel Mark Antony will be on his way to the committee room at this moment. He's to be intercepted and placed under arrest. And send out another party to arrest Senator Lepidus immediately. You two will remain here until I give you leave to go. What you have been forced to witness places you in no danger, will not be harmed. Trebellius, you have work to do. Cassius, go down to the assembly. Inform the speakers of both houses that there will be an important government announcement within 10 minutes. All senators and delegates will attend. I shall speak to the assembly as soon as they're ready to the country in the hour. Easiest? Banks, offices, factories, chain stores to be closed for the rest of the day. So that the people may be free to listen. Everything will be orderly. There will be no panic.
Why?
Blame yourself. You wanted to make him emperor. You wouldn't have thought of that alone.
He refused it.
For how long? For how long will you refuse it?
He could be obstinate. I love the man.
I admired him. Liked him.
Killed him.
Was forced to kill him.
He was fond of you in his way. He thought you were pompous, but he was fond of you. He trusted you. You bet I'm better to kill me as well, I'll tell you that, because I'll have you.
You'll stand trial for your part in the plot to make him emperor. Subversion of the Constitution, blackmail, bribery of senators. They're serious offenses.
You've no evidence. They're photostats. Therefore, no fingerprints except yours and mine now. Typewritten, no signatures. And as for blackmail and bribery, which of the senators will admit it?
Caesar's initial is on the last page.
So it is. It's very interesting. Thank you.
The Assembly has already approved of our action by a considerable majority.
You're the majority party.
The government will continue to function without a president, but with myself as Prime Minister. I shall speak to the country within the hour.
Country?
By radio and television.
Oh, that's right. There's a screen up in Constitution Square. I thought it was something to do with football. Very clever.
Trebonius arranged.
He would. What will you tell the country?
The truth?
Of course. You'll give us the right of reply.
What?
Equal time. The law. If one political party makes a television broadcast, the opposition has the right of equal time to reply.
Don't be ridiculous.
Wasn't that why you murdered Caesar? To defend the Constitution, democracy and all that, freedom.
You're hardly a political party. The law doesn't apply.
Me and Lepidus. You said you had a majority in the Assembly. You didn't say approval was unanimous. So some people voted against. Caesar's friends, our party, I speak for them.
Yes. Out of the question.
I said yes, Cassius. The man is a political opportunist, but he's right in this case. We killed Caesar to defend the Constitution. We can't begin by subverting it.
I'll speak after you then.
Within the hour. I shan't delay for it.
In an hour.
There were no personal attacks. The law doesn't give the right to personal abuse in the right to reply.
Oh, no. No personal abuse. I wish I could believe we would have been so fair.
Well, that's rather the point, isn't it? That's why we had to do it.
Please switch on your television or radio sets or proceed to the public screen erected in your town. An important announcement will shortly be made.
Hello? Have they? Oh, then you're safe. Nothing went wrong at all. Oh, love, I know. I know how you feel. Well, just to know that there won't be any more killing, that the Assembly's approved, that... Yes, I know, I've just turned it on. Come home soon, love.
Or proceed to the public screen erected in your town. An informed announcement will shortly be made.
You've heard.
Yes.
What shall you do, Octavia?
Watch television. What else?
I admired him, respected him, liked him. I was proud to be a member of his government. yet I helped to kill him. And my colleagues, senators, industrialists, the Director General of the National Broadcasting Service, the Secretary to the Treasury. They're not the stuff, are they, of which murderers are made. Every one of them is a respected and valiant citizen. We had one motive, that our country, and you, the people of our country, should continue to be part of the free world. What we did was vital. It had to be. We had to act quickly. If once Caesar had become emperor, it would have needed much more violence to many more people before freedom could be restored. And this country is sick of civil war. We need peace. So we killed Caesar because we had to. And then we went humbly to the assembly, to the representatives you have elected, and we said what we had done and why, and let the assembly decide what should be done to us. And by an overwhelming majority, the assembly approved what we had done. And nevertheless, there were a small number, fewer than 10%, who did not approve. And it is a good democratic principle and written into our Constitution that the opposition should be heard so that you decide for yourselves who is right. Therefore, I am allowing Colonel Mark Antony equal time with myself to speak to you and put the imperialist point of view. And I sincerely ask you to listen to him.
Hypocrite.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, sir. We're off the air.
Was that all right?
That was splendid. Absolutely splendid.
I'm going straight home now. I'll ring you as soon as I arrive.
Right.
Stand by, studio. Cue the Colonel.
Brutus has told you that he is very kindly allowing me to speak for Caesar's friends and put what he called the imperialistic point of view. But I don't want to talk about politics or patriotism or democracy or the Constitution or any of those words. I'm not clever enough. I'm a soldier, not a politician. I want to talk about a man you all knew, and he's been killed. I promised, well, I had to promise that I wouldn't make any personal attacks, so I shan't. And anyway, Brutus has already told you all about the people who murdered Caesar. Senators, bankers, directors of this and that, respected citizens, top people, VIPs. Of course, that makes a lot of difference, doesn't it? If somebody else had stabbed an old man with a flick knife, you might get indignant. When a VIP does it, that's a different matter.
I don't like this.
So I mustn't get out of line.
I can cut him off.
If I see anything out of line, they can cut me off. You'll see the screen go dark.
Damn. Yes?
That man talks of peace.
Security, sir. Protection of essential personnel.
Who gave you peace?
Good.
But Caesar.
He talks of freedom. Freedom for whom? Freedom for VIPs? What sort of freedom does a poor man have?
Hold him, Bill, hold him.
Freedom to shiver? Freedom to starve? He talks of free speech. Who controls the newspapers? Who controls this television? The VIPs. It's free speech for Brutus and his friends, not for you and me.
Going closer, Bill.
Caesar had a plan for a fair wages law, so that everyone's pay should be tied to the cost of living. And when that went up, pay would go up.
That's a direct lie. That's our program.
But you wouldn't expect bankers to like that, directors to like that, so they killed him. I have a document here, not a tricked-up fake photostat. This is the original copy of Caesar's will, signed, sealed, and witnessed. He was a rich man, like the VIPs who killed him.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Come
He
on.
didn't ask for riches. They came to him. And he kept them for you. It's here in his will. £10 million divided between every family earning less than 1,500 a year. Because Caesar said, once in his life, every man should know what it is to have money.
But you won't get that money now, because Caesar's dead, and the VIPs control the money bags.
Isn't the right of reply. It's rabble-rousing. Cut him off.
No, I don't think so.
You think they'd have cut me off by now, pulled the switches?
Outside.
But they can't pull the switches, because the men who operate the switches are men and women like you and me. Simple, decent people who know what's right. And they won't pull the switches on the orders of a gang of corrupt politicians. They won't do it. Now, here's what I want you to do. Show them. Show the politicians. Show the VIPs. Show the murderers. You have the power. You have the right.
Switch it off.
And you can show the world.
Pack a bag, quickly. They're leaving in 5 minutes.